What is up, everybody? Smooth here, and for today's video we have another Shyvana jungle video for you guys. And right off the bat, right at the beginning, there's already a skirmish going on in the mid lane right here, and I'll show it to you. But I was kind of like asking for a leash in the very beginning already, so I'm just showing you here as right now I am starting the red buff and everybody's just using their flashes. And the enemy team picks up a double kill. I mean, right here I was just like, what in the world just happened? You know, I'm just picking up my red buff. I was like, oh, come on, really? Is this how this game is gonna go? But let me just say, this game I absolutely hard carry. I'm not gonna lie about it. I truly believe that I hard carried this game back and we managed to pull off a victory. Again, this video is before the latest patch, but because it is a Shyvana gameplay, I was like, you know, maybe we should upload it. I'm not gonna lie. I was telling myself, I was like, man, the last video Shyvana I uploaded did really well. Currently, right now, it's 600 views. So I was like, you know what, maybe I should try another Shyvana gameplay. And because it is a Shyvana gameplay, I was like, you know what, we're gonna keep this one, we're gonna upload it. I'm not gonna lie, that's what I was thinking. But right here, we do invade the Xin Zhao's blue, because at the time I was thinking, you know what, he's probably doing the exact same to us, as right here I get a glimpse of him in the top lane. So I was like, okay, you know what, he's definitely gonna go for a blue. So I'm like, okay, you know, I'm just gonna pick up his blue and his grump. But as you can see, he rotated over to the mid lane. So I was like, wait, he's probably not even gonna go for a blue. So we managed to turn a bad situation to sort of a good situation, because we decided to go for the red buff clear and then invade his blue side jungle. And right here I do have my ultimate as I make my way over, but I see Xin Zhao at his blue. And Rengar did rotate over to the mid lane, picks up a kill on Ari. So we just pop ultimate, we managed to pick him off, but we don't manage to pick Orianna off. She did a little bit too much damage, so we just back out. And right here, the minion wave was crashing into the tower. So what I just thought was, you know what, I'm gonna just take it, just clear it, and then Ari comes back, she manages to catch a new wave. But I could have maybe slowed it down, but at the same time I was like, ah, F it, you know what, I'm just gonna take this the XP. And right here we managed to get a good, like, Xin Zhao did not invade our blue, so I was like, oh man, this is amazing. So we managed to get his blue, his grump, and then we managed to come back and pick up a kill on Rengar, pick up the blue and the grump. As right here, Rengar and Gragas are fighting, but Gragas managed to escape nice and easy, so we just pick up the grump. And I believe maybe we go for the wolves, or we just reset. Okay, so we do reset, and maybe we have enough gold at this point to pick up the entire black cleaver. Okay, so we do pick up the black cleaver, the entire black cleaver right there, as the Cloud Drake does spawn. And right here I notice that Xin Zhao again is in the top lane, so I'm immediately pinging. I'm like, yo, let's do the dragon, bro, right away. So I don't care anymore, I just pop my ultimate, I immediately go for the dragon, as my dual lane is prioritizing the river scuttle. It was that type of game, not gonna lie, it was that type of game. But right there, a little later on, I'll kind of explain about it, as Ezreal almost stole the Cloud Dragon. For some reason with Shyvana, even with the prior game, the prior video I made, I was having problems as my dual lane right here is getting picked off. And right here I have a moment of madness going on in my head as I just stop. I'm like, oh my fucking god, really? So, but with Shyvana, we were having a little bit of difficulty with the first ability. For some reason, it just wouldn't come out when we were pressing it. Like, it was on cooldown, but we were spamming it sometimes, and it wouldn't come out. And then right there with the Cloud Drake, you'll see again with the Rift Herald also, I was pressing the smite, but for some reason, it just didn't come out. I don't know if it was my Wi-Fi at the time, the latency, whatever, but For some reason, this game we experienced that moment a lot. As right here, I'm rotating up after I picked up the Krugs, and Xin Zhao comes here, but he doesn't fail his flash over the wall, so we just pop an ultimate. Right there, we flash because we didn't know if Gragas was gonna pick him off, but Gragas ends up getting a double kill. So we are in our dragon form. The Rift Herald is up, so we immediately go for the Rift Herald. And again, you're gonna notice that my smite just for some reason doesn't come out. So we were timing it, but as you can see, it is not on cooldown. And even if you have 2 stacks, normally when you smite it, it'll be on like a 5-second cooldown. But as you can see right here, it's not even on cooldown. And for some reason, we experienced it both with the Cloud Drake and the Rift Herald. I was like, bro, what is actually going on? But we managed to pick both the Cloud Drake and the Rift Herald up as Gragas loses a 1 versus 1 on Rengar. So this entire game, man, our lanes were just dying. But like I mentioned, you know, we hard carried. I feel like when we were playing the game, it was a very, very hard game. But after rewatching it, I was like, you know what? We actually didn't really hard carry that much. It wasn't an insane hard carry, but I felt like we really hard carried. You know, we managed to turn the game around. As you can see, our dual lane again just died. So I was like, bro, this is insane. But again, this is before the latest patch, as the build is very similar. You know, Black Cleaver, Sunfire Aegis. As you will see later on, I would pop the item list up for you. But right here, we rotate down to the mid lane, and we managed to pick up Rakan right here, and then we let the Rift Herald go, so we managed to pick up the mid turret as well. Nice and easy. As Rengar right there tries to get a surprise attack on Ahri and retreats in the bushes. But he doesn't manage to escape. Ahri manages to pick him up, and she has a killing spree. And right here, Draven is like, oh, give me the red, I'm your AD carry. I'm like, hell no, man. You're not helping the team at all. You're 0-4. And as you see right here, I believe he was, yes, so he was 0-3. And we were hard carrying, like I said. So this game we picked up the Black Cleaver, Sunfire Aegis, and we pick up the armor boots. Now a little bit with the build, what you could do is you could pick up the Cinder first, and then the Brumble Vest, and then come back and complete the Sunfire Aegis, and then Thornmail. But this game we didn't go for the Thornmail. We just went for the Sunfire Aegis, and then we went into the Guardian's Angel, and then the Sterox Gauge. And we picked up armor boots mainly because we weren't really worried about the ability power damage. As right here, another team fight breaks out. We flash over, we pick up Ezreal, and they are just lined up perfectly right there. So I just pop my ultimate, we get a double kill. Xin Zhao comes in again, and we get a triple kill. And as soon as I picked up Xin Zhao, I was like, okay, another dragon, nice. So we managed to pick up 2 dragons right away. And things are looking great right now. And like I said, I honestly think that I hard carried, you know. We picked up Ezreal right there, and then we managed to pick off Xin Zhao, and we managed to secure 2 dragons with Shyvana and the Rift Herald. So to me, I was like, bro, we are completely hard carrying this game. But when I watched the replay, I was like, it really wasn't that insane. As right here, Rengar is really low, and we honestly steal this kill, but Gragas did get some early kills that we deserved in the early game in his top lane. So it was a payback moment for stealing our kills, I guess. As right here, I'm just rotating over to clear out the minion wave, and Gragas is just pushing the tower. So we pick up the minion wave, and then we go for the tower. We pick it up nice and easy. But right now I am currently working and trying to get a new build on Rengar. But I'm not gonna lie, we're struggling, man. And I'll probably make another video about that in terms of the rank and where the game is now. But man, we are dealing with so many problems right now in ranked, and I don't really know what it is. But we are struggling to have some really good games with Rengar, and I really don't understand why. You know, is it the new items? Maybe they're not as really good as I thought they would be, or is it that Rengar just right now in the overall meta really isn't that impactful? Because like he personally is the best jungle pick right now for me, and I am extremely struggling with him. Like I'm tremendously struggling. You know, we start off to a good game 4-0, and then the next thing you know, we're, you know, 6-4. I'm like, man, what is going on? You know, I'm finding it hard to pick off AD carries or even the mid laners. But nonetheless, we're still trying to get a build, an overall solid build that we think is decent. As right here, we thought that Xin Zhao would fully commit to the tower, so we pop ultimate, and we kind of troll right here. We kind of sold the game right here. So Wukan comes in, he gets a great knockup, and then our Guardian Angel gets popped. But at this very moment, we did have Gargoyle, so we spawn back up, we pop our second ability that gives us movement speed, and then we pop our Gargoyle. So we managed to survive right here, but as Gragas is split pushing in the top lane right there. But Xin Zhao right here, he throws the game as well, trying to kill Ari, so it was all good. I guess a trade for a trade, right? You know, I throw, Xin Zhao throws. Shake hands, gentlemen's agreement, you know, that we're both idiots. But right here, our next item that we are going for is the Sterox Gauge. And then after the Sterox Gauge, you know, you could build it however you like. Maybe go for the Spirit Visage or Force of Nature, or maybe go for another damage item. It really depends on yourself. But I personally really enjoy this build, and this build is something that you would honestly use on almost anybody. You know, I use it on Wukong, and I use it on, I've been trying to get a video with Xin Zhao as well, so maybe in the next week, you know, we'll have some new gameplays coming up with Rengar and everybody else. This will be our last video on the old patch, so hopefully by next week we actually have nothing but new videos with new builds, especially on Rengar, Xin Zhao, everybody else, you know. But because it is a Shyvana video, I was like, you know what? Let me try upload it again. You know, because our last video did very well. I'm really happy about that. So maybe, you know, a lot of people enjoy playing her. You know, maybe they're wondering the same thing as why she's not played in higher elo. Well, it's because, you know, she's a very difficult character to play with. As right here, we immediately retreated and went for the Infernal Drake because I was like, you know what, the way the game is going, I want to secure the win as much as possible. So I was like, you know, fuck the turret, I'm going for the dragon instead. So we managed to pick up the Infernal Drake, which on Shyvana is fantastic. So we managed to get 3 dragons. But yeah, you know, Shyvana, she's probably in like the lowest tier list, really. If you were to go watch any YouTuber's tier list of jungle picks, she would be at the way bottom. But I honestly would put her in the same tier list as Trundamere and Master Yi, really. You know, I wouldn't put her above or below. I would put her in the exact same, that it is extremely difficult to play them. But if you manage to get, you know, but if you're grinding them like every single day, or if you were to sit down and have like a session, like an hour to 3 hour session and just spam Master Yi Trundamere, then of course you would get a game, right? But overall, in terms of like consistency, like if you were to jump in every single game, would you be able to have solid games, solid impactfulness on the team? Then the answer would be no, right? It will really depend, like, on your early game. Does your early game go well? Do you manage to pick up kills? Do you get any objectives? Because that later on will contribute to, you know, your overall game, right? As this game, as you saw, right, we managed to invade Xin Zhao's blue. We picked up his blue, the Grump. We rotated. We got a kill on Rengar. And then we managed to pick up our blue and our Grump, which put us a little bit ahead of the enemy Xin Zhao, even though our team was trolling in the beginning, right? So overall, is just that she's very difficult to play with, and the consistency you're going to get is very minimum. Unless you are a complete god, then of course you will have no problem. But that's why I enjoy this build, is because it doesn't matter really how the game is going. At the end of the day, you're gonna have, you know, some tankiness, some sustainability, and then you will have impactfulness on the team. And right here, we get a kill on Rengar, and yo, we're completely fed, so I'm just looking for trouble at this point. You know, I'm just flashing in. I'm just, you know, I'm looking for trouble. You know, I'm trying to fight as many people as I can. So overall, we got another great gameplay of Shyvana. This was a little bit like an uncut version, so you can see the whole play. But hopefully, by next week, you know, we have nothing but new gameplay on the new patch. I just figured, you know what, this is a Shyvana video. Our latest video did really well, so I was like, why not upload it? And as you can see, we were 8-0. I truly believe we hard carried, but if you guys enjoyed, leave a like, comment, subscribe if you want. Stay safe, stay healthy.